which is not true of the following shared printers. So start at the bottom and work our way up. To access a shared printer, we're going to add a printer and then select the shared printer. So that's the whole sentence. Let's go over it a little bit by a little bit. So to access, right? So to be able to use a shared printer, the shared printer is already there. All we need to do is go like into our Windows settings. We are then going to find the printer. Once we find it, we can add that printer. And then once we add that printer into our computer, we can select the shared printer and we have access to it. That's pretty much it. As long as the printer is shared, which in this question, it's assuming that it is already shared, then we can just add the printer and select the printer and use it. So that one's okay. Next, to create a shared printer, give it a share name. This is also true because when you need to make a printer be shareable, so let's say you're the host, right? You set up the printer, all that good stuff. You have to give it a name for other people to find it, so you can share it with those other people. So to create a shared printer, you do need to give it a share name. That is important. Next, we have to create a shared printer, enable file and printer sharing. This is important because when you put the printer on your network, you want to be able to give access so that other people can print to that printer. So when you are creating this shared printer from the birth of it, because it's a shared printer, you want to enable the ability for it to be shared. So you have to turn on file and printer sharing so that it is shareable. So just quick recap. When you're accessing a shared printer, you as like the second body, you are going to want to be on your computer, you want to add and select that shared printer so you can use it. When you create a shared printer, you need to give it a shared name. When you create a shared printer, you also want to enable file sharing and printer sharing. So you want to basically share that printer with the people that are in your office or your house. It's perfect. The one thing that is not true is to access a shared printer, create a local printer, and then convert it to shared. So when you want to access, right, you're basically asking, hey, can I use this printer? You can't create a local printer because you're trying to access that printer. Like, think about it like this. Let's say you need to access a key to a building, right? You have to ask for it. That key has to be shared with you. You can't just create a key, or you're not supposed to. You can't just create a key and then use it to get into that building. That's not how that works. To access that building or to access the shared printer, you need to ask for permission for that local printer. It already needs to be converted as shared. And you can see that from the previous ones. Those are right. This is wrong because you can't just create a local printer out of nowhere and then convert it to be a shared. So that is not true of shared printers.